Hello, welcome to Moonsong Designs. Thank you for joining me. For today's project, we're going to do a card. Now this is my first video project. So before I start, I'm going to apologise in advance for any strange noises you hear in the background. I've got a dog and I've got cats, and if you do hear any strange bumps and scrabbling about, it'll be them. I have also got a confession. Gorgeous Grunge, which is one of the stamps we're using for this card, is something that's really passed me by. Practically every demonstrator I know has raved about it, and I've really not seen the reason for getting it until now, and I don't know why, whether it's a project I've seen recently or whether I've just seen the error of my ways. I don't know, but I've suddenly fallen in love with the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set. This is my favourite flower stamp from Petite Petals, so I thought I'd combine the two. Now with this card, it's on Whisper White, and I've used Perfect Plum, and I've stamped in Perfect Plum with just a tiny little pearl in the middle. But for the card we're doing now, we're going to use a completely different colour, and that's Rich Raspberry. Now the card itself, you need it's 6 inches by 8 inches. I will put everything on the blog with the metric and the imperial. And then you need some snail, which I haven't got out, marvellous, to put the Rich Raspberry card on here as a mat. Now I like cutting it so it's just 1/4 of an inch difference all round. If you want it to be more than that, then it's up to you. It's all personal taste. This is new snail, and it's not working. Good, great start. So just carefully place this so it's central. Is that central? Yes. Right, put that to one side for a second. We're going to do some stamping. And for this I'm using, I've got 2 stamp blocks, both of which have stamps on. There you go. There's the other one. So the first stamp we're going to use is this one, and I'm going to do this in Old Olive. I wanted a neutral colour first, and I don't really need that there for now. We're going to be stamping some flowers out on that. So Old Olive, and then line it up so it's as straight as you can get it. Then just give it a really good firm stamp. And I'm going to take that off there, and I'm going to get the flower ready. Okay, don't need that now. I love the combination of a neutral colour and then something that's a bit more, there's a complete contrast, I suppose. And sorry if you're hearing, this is not the cat or the dog, this is me scrabbling about. But I think to have a nice, I love Old Olive, I love Crumb Cake and Smoky Slate, and these are colours that give you a really nice neutral background that you can then apply some colour to. So I've got a cloth down here because I've just got too much on the edge. I'm very good at that. What I need to do really is get some more blocks, because I haven't really got the right colour blocks for this. So just stamp randomly like that. Get that one out of the way. And then while that's just drying and doing its thing, I'm going to just... Now I'm actually stamping these off because I prefer them slightly paler, I think. I think with certain colours like the Rich Raspberry, they're really sort of juicy. They're really kind of a lot of liquid, and they can kind of leak a little bit. Some of them are drier, and I have to say I prefer the slightly drier ones, because these do tend to get, I tend to get them all over the place. So using the coordinating punch for the Petite Petals, just punch them out, and then we need the pearls, and we also need some dimensionals. Now these dimensionals close your eyes. These are not Stampin' Up dimensionals. I have got Stampin' Up dimensionals, but I thought I'd use these up first. So I'm going to pop those on, dimensional on the back, and then this is where I get a bit ham-fisted. Oops. A little pearl in the middle. You could use one of the rhinestones. That one, the glue hasn't come off that. Eek. I'm going to put that back on there, and I shall sort that one out later. Yeah, you could use rhinestones, or you could use the candy. This, I'm doing really well. You could use the candy dots, or you could actually leave them plain, because I think they're really. I think this is I need some tweezers. This is a really beautiful, I think, flower. That was the one that didn't have the glue on. Next time I do this, I will definitely have tweezers to hand. There. Get rid of those. Now I'm going to get a snail again, and hopefully this will work properly for me this time. And then I'm going to put it that way around. And again, as central as I can. I don't always get it right, but you know, one of the joys of snail is that you can reposition it. And then we're just going to pop on our flowers. Now I'm not using a sentiment, but I think that's quite pretty. They're just sort of randomly placed, there's no rhyme or reason to it. And there's the two cards. And I think, oh look, I've got green all over that. That's the wet cloth. Little rats. Yeah, first video, first mistake. I should hide that. I think they're really pretty, and I think that they would make possibly a nice gift for somebody. If you've got the envelope punch board and you're going to make a card or a set of cards to give to somebody, then maybe have a look at the guides on the envelope punch board and make a card that will fit the envelope. But, you know, anyway, that's my first video. That's my card. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you pop back soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.